Hi, everybody. Welcome to another In the Cards and Stars Tarot Tea Time. How's everybody doing? We just got the pups downstairs with Michael. You know the struggle. They're so cute. They always want to come in here with me, and then it's like it becomes a whole thing. So I'm sorry, but thank you guys for being patient. Oh, Penny, you're gonna check on me. You're so sweet. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's spill the tea. You guys, we have some great requests. So thank you everyone that requested. Let's dive right into it. Let's dive right into it. How's everybody doing though? Hold on. Let me back up. How's everybody? How's your week going? It's Wednesday, so we're like halfway through the week. Michael doing my PR. Britt will be on in a second. So sweet. Love you guys. Okay, so let's see. Gunyar says, I hope you guys are into our messy best friends co-stars, Luke and Nick's tarot tea. Oh, yes. This is what I was talking about. Gunyar, you and we had a couple of other people also request Luke and Nicola. Apparently, it was interesting at the BAFTA Awards the day before the Scorpio full moon on the 11th. They were spotted acting very differently than usual. So that is our first story we're going to get into, you guys. I'm pretty excited. But yeah. So let me know how you guys are doing. How did y'all weather the Scorpio full moon? How are you feeling now? The energy should be lighter. And now we have just a little astrology tea. We have a really exciting new moon coming up next week in Gemini. So I'll be talking about that on the podcast episode next week. So you guys, it's just getting better and better. We're on a roll. Hey, Heat Lifer, how's it going? But today's stories, I'll be honest with you guys, they still are tinged by the Scorpio full moon, which is why I think we have a lot of Diddy drama. It's horrible. Just to touch on the live stream that we did last time, where the tarot tea predicted that it was going to just be, everything we know about Diddy and more coming out in the trial, and it looks like that is coming to pass. So yeah, I mean, the astrology has been pretty heavy, so I think that's why we have a lot of legal drama. But okay, I'm gonna take a little sip of my tarot tea, which is just, Diet Pepsi, and then we're gonna get into it. Just stand me off. Thank you, Penny. Okay, I'm ready. First story, guys. So we actually had 3 of our lovely Tea Time family members want to know about Luke and Antonia. So you guys, your intuition must be telling you something because everybody has been interested in this. Oh, that doesn't look very cute. Um, so we have Jennifer Cone 973, MF Marissa, and Gunyar Aganyeva. I hope I say that right. I am doing my best. But you guys all wanted to know about Luke and Nicola. So different shades of it you guys find interesting. So first, Jennifer Cohn said, a reading on Luke and Antonia, please. They showed up all loved up at the BAFTAs this past weekend, but it's very sus. Okay. Now I think that they meant loved up with their respective, um, you know, own people, especially Luke, who was spotted with his girlfriend Antonia, and this is Bridgerton tea for everybody who doesn't follow them as much. Luke and Nicola Coughlan, who we talked about a lot during their like press run, and it's a very lovers or co-stars to friends to lovers potential scenario. A lot of people are rooting for them to get together, but it was interesting the way that they acted at the BAFTAs. I was looking for footage of them together. It wasn't like it used to be. So this is interesting to pull cards on. They definitely were not in that same sort of lovey-dovey energy with each other. Luke was with his girlfriend. Nicola seemed like she was just kind of light, effervescent, having fun, but a little more pulled back than usual. So I don't know. It was a little bit off. Okay. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Jake Gyllenhaal and Gina. Oh, okay. I will come back to this because I definitely want to see if we have time for more requests. I promise we will. Hey, Julie H. Gunyar says, also, Luke made his girlfriend official in his Instagram May 9th. He was PDA with his girlfriend at the BAFTA May 12th. But the thing is, it looks so forced and his face was not into it. Okay, I totally agree with you, Gunyar, because we have seen him with Nicola. I think I'm turning into a shipper. I think I am. I think I'm in the cult. Because Yeah, it's different. He seems very reserved, and the last time we did a reading on Luke Newton from Bridgerton, we got the energy around him of it was like it's always the kind of the same. It's like having a crush on Nicola, feeling intimidated, and then for entertainment purposes only, allegedly, and then with his girlfriend, Antonia, we got this energy that he wanted to break up with her but was afraid to. And then when we see him with her, yes, he's like nice and pleasant, but it's not that sparkle, you know? He just doesn't have that, like, in love look. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think too if you've seen any, like, footage or videos or images of them together. Dog hair. Dog hair. Okay. Um, Marissa said, "Hi, Brittany. Hope you're well." Thank you. I hope you're well also. "Do you mind doing a reading on Nick, Luke, Antonia? We got them at 2 events and literally no interactions." I'm telling you guys, it was weird. I agree. Which was a switch up from what we saw at the SAGs. For Luke and Antonia, this past week, we suddenly got them at the same events as Nick and heavy PR and PDA, which is a whole 362. I am so confused. Marissa, I hope that we can clear it up. No interactions with Luke and Nick at these events, but heavy PDR or PR, PDA, multiple publications praising and posting Antonia, but she's not even in the industry. Something is up. Give me the tea. LOL. Okay. And then Gunyar, who also wants tea on this whole group. Um, Gunyar wants to know how Jake feels about Luke, how Luke feels about Jake, the current energy of Luke and Antonia's relationship, past, present, future, current energy of Nick and Jake's relationship. So we're just going to check in on all of them. And Gunyar, thank you for all this context. I so appreciate that you always spill a little bit of your own tea. You guys can read that on the post if you'd like. But for the sake of time, we're just going to get right into it. So, let's see. Let's see. Why the switch up? Alleged for entertainment purposes only, of course. Why the switch up? Like, what is going on here? I just want to know, like, overall energy. Why was it so different this time than in the past? Just what are the cards going to say? Hi, Beth. How's it going? Doing well. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week, Beth. We're about to go to Dallas. So if I seem a little frazzled, you guys, that's why. Just been like, on the go. How are you, Beth? Gang's all here. I think so. Wait, Sage is here, right? Hold on. Gotta check in. Sage, yes. Okay, Sage Moon's here. Babaloo. Guys, the tea timers are here. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Jennifer says, as much as I hate to admit it, Luke did look genuinely happy. Okay, so Jennifer thinks Luke looked happy, but they have been together over a year. So this is the first time Luke posted a pic kissing Antonia on the cheek. More fur babies. Beth, I wish. No, 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 no. Although, I don't know. You can never say never. Don't tell Lawyer Moog. Just kidding. I actually have an interview with a woman named Tracy, who is an ex-CIA agent who wrote a book called The Unexpected Spy. So I'm going to do like an interview journalism style for my television show, and I'm really excited. So she lives in Dallas. So we're going to go to Dallas, do that. And then, of course, I'll see some friends and family while I'm there. And I am trying to do a segment at the shelter, but I don't know if that's going to end up working out. So we'll see. Okay. But I'll stop by, of course. What is the energy? Why is there this? It's just an abrupt shift, though. It's really abrupt. Like, we didn't even see the three of them standing together. It was like Luke and Nicola were very separate. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. We always get this for them. Karmic lessons around work. So 7 is, of course, spirituality. Pentacles is what we do for a living, how we make money. So this is just talking about how this is sort of the next step in whatever they've been learning from each other. I'm starting to get like this is a karmic lesson type of situation where, yes, they have a strong bond, but it's really about them learning things. And whenever something happens around a Scorpio full moon, especially when there's a change, it's usually about some sort of deep transformation going on beneath the surface. So we'll get a clarifier and see if we can get some more info on exactly what this 7 of Pentacles spiritual, transformation is for them. But yeah, it's deep. If we thought it was nothing, it is something. 7 of Pentacles. Let's see. Jennifer says there's something about a contract that all readers keep getting between Luke and Antonia. If anything you get if anything you get on that, Brit, it would be cool. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. I love it. You guys are bringing some tea as well. We'll see if anything comes through. What? Heat Lifer says, I know Penny had surgery yesterday. Oh my God. And Boss had just made it to the game, but it was awful when he went down. Oh my God. Oh, he had surgery. For a second, I thought you said Penny had surgery. I was like, what? Penny, are you okay? Okay. Never mind. False alarm. Okay. Let's see. Aw, Beth. Hmm, that is so sweet, Beth. Well, you enjoy your time with your sweet 14-year-old fur baby. Okay. Which I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're cherishing all the time you guys get. Clarifier on 7 of Pentacles. Huh. What is the spiritual lesson between Nick and Luke? Oh my God. I can't talk because we got the Lovers card. This is about a choice in love. Guys, when the tarot tea is just spilling it, like you don't even need to interpret this very much. The Lovers card, a choice in love. Yeah. Okay. The reason I think that it's gotten weird this time around is because Luke, I believe, has made a choice. So the last time we did a reading on them, especially Luke, we got that he was considering breaking up, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, considering breaking up with Antonia Rumigliati, his girlfriend. And he was very much on the fence. We got this energy of him like just being sort of like, should I stay? Should I go? You know, not feeling confident about his decision, but like really wanting to break up. Well, this is basically confirming that yes, he did have a choice. There was a fork in the road and he chose to stay with her. And because of that, there has been some sort of shift in his energy, in his energy around Nicola. I don't know if maybe because he's made this choice, he's like, all right, so I need to really be more closed off to Nicola because I've decided, that I'm going to be with Antonia. I'm going to be loyal. So this is definitely, yeah, some sort of major line in the sand that I think he's drawing. Wow. And everybody's picking up on it. And it's happening around that Scorpio full moon energy. So definitely is revealing this choice that he's made. Oh my God. I was not expecting that, but okay. Gunyar says, what? This is so messy. It's quite messy, Gunyar. Quite messy. It really is. Wait, Gunyar says, plus Luke mentioned Nick in his interviews and said she gave some tips to him to get ready for his first bath today. Interesting. I feel like he wants to stay in her good graces, but he's definitely keeping her at arm's length. All right. So how does he feel? How does he feel towards, how does Luke feel towards, let's do Nicola first, because I think we sort of know about Antonia. How does Luke Newton, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, feel towards Nicola Coughlan right now? How does he feel? Well, it like didn't want to. Okay, it's gonna be weird. Page of Wands. Oh my God, guys, he's very confused. I'm sorry. Allegedly, he's very confused. How can you feel like Page of Wands, like you want a passionate new beginning with someone, but you have just made a decision to to be committed to somebody else, and because of that, you're also pulling back from them. This is just like, I feel like this is going to be that classic situation of like he feels like she's always going to be there on some level. And I don't know, I feel like this is him needing to learn not just about like a lesson at work. I just think he happened to meet her at work, but I feel like Luke Newton is learning a lesson right now about if you really want to be with someone, love doesn't come around all the time. And if you continue to hold back and you second guess things and you don't put yourself out there and you stay with someone that you maybe feel is a little bit more of the safe choice, there will come a day when you lose that person and you're going to regret it. Like I'm feeling like he is kind of in the middle of making I'm sorry, making the wrong choice. Because how can you be wanting a page of wands with somebody while also lover's card choosing someone else? Like it doesn't make sense. Okay, so how does he feel towards his girlfriend then? Because obviously he's decided to take it to the next level with her. Doing the PR blitz, being more Instagram official with her, all that stuff. Oh, you guys are talking dogs. I love it. Oh my God. Wait, Penny says, I love Shih Tzus. I had one. Oh my God, so sweet. Lived until she was 16. I love that. Could probably handle another one with my boxer. Definitely, definitely, Penny. I feel like if you have like another pup that's like, more of like just like a littler or like temperament wise, not sure how Shih Tzus are. I did have a friend in college, my roommate, she had a Shih Tzu. It was really sweet. Just a little fluff ball. Yeah, I feel like it's all about their personality, right? Like Raka, our latest husky female edition, she's like so gentle and sweet that like you don't even know she's there. It's like doesn't feel like we've even added, another dog. It just feels like I don't know. She's easy. But yeah, it just kind of depends on the pup. Okay. Gunnar says Luke stop being so messy. Oh my god, break up from Antonio, please. He definitely still has feelings for Nick. It's so obvious. I have to agree. I do have to agree. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I love the pup talk. German Shepherd mommy here. Julie, I'm obsessed with German Shepherds, honestly. You guys know we have our Archer, our German Shepherd Husky mix, and he is the most loyal, protective, like obsessed. German Shepherds are just like so amazing. He's the first one I've had and I love him. German Shepherd Club. Okay, so how does he feel about Antonia then? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. How does Luke Newton feel about Antonia? Hmm. Page of Swords. Okay, why, guys, why do we have two pages? This is just he's just got this childlike energy, and I don't wanna insult him and say he's childish, because hey, everybody develops at their own pace, everyone has different life experiences. Maybe he didn't have very many girlfriends until now, or maybe he's always been sort of shy, like, I don't know, he actually seems like a genuine, kind person, that's, like, the vibe that he has. But what's interesting is getting 2 pages when he thinks about both of the I mean, I guess women in his life, um one is about immature thinking, Page of Swords, immature communication, immature thinking. And then with Nicola, it's like about immature or a fresh start in passion. This feels more fresh start. This feels more about like arguments behind the scenes, to be honest, but they're both pages, which is immature. So the common denominator is him. And I'm sorry, I do think that he just is he's very inexperienced and comes across as very young in love. I think he has a lot of lessons left to learn in love and relationships, hence the 7 of Pentacles. Maybe this is about his karmic lessons, and Nicola's more of like a spiritual teacher for him. That happens, reason, season, or lifetime. But I do think that it's possible with the Page of Swords that there has been some immature or sharp communication between Luke and Antonia, maybe even, to the tune of you need to do PR with me this time. Like last time, I cannot handle that again. Like last time, it was just you and Nick everywhere. And like, I want to be on your Instagram. I want us to be public. I want people to know that I'm your girlfriend. Like, and there could have been even an ultimatum with the Page of Swords, but it seems like there's been a lot of communication about this, and that is a big part of the reason that he was acting so different. Which, to be honest with you, I don't blame her. Like, if you guys are gonna be together, then yeah, I mean, he should act like you're his girlfriend. But I still feel like there is something immature about the way that they talk to each other and maybe even the way that he thinks about her. Wow, you guys, doesn't get much more cut and dry than that. And then I was trying to find more video. Everybody who requested or who's like been following this this group, honestly, I was trying to find like any sort of indication that Nicola was there with her rumored boyfriend, but I didn't see any. So did you guys see that he was there? Jake? It didn't look like he was to me, but I No, I always have a hard time finding coverage of them, at least when they're not promoting Bridgerton. So let's see if Nicola and Jake are still together or how that's going. Oh, Heat Lifer, my dogs are also service dogs. That is so cool. I love it. You should definitely go for it. I can't imagine my days without my girls lying by my side and on me all the time. Oh, seriously, I feel the same way. I love that we're just like a whole group of dog lovers. She wasn't. She brought her sister, Kelly. Okay, so Kelly H, she did not bring Jake. Interesting. Jake's in Australia working on a project, Jennifer says. Okay, so let's just see how they're feeling towards each other. Let's just see. My youngest daughter is a dog trainer and behavior is so it runs in the family. That is so cool. Oh my God, I love that. We know who to go to if we need advice. Yes, I will. Gunyar, that's so juicy. Look at how Jake and Luke feel about each other. Absolutely. Okay, so how does I don't know, or how is everything going, I guess, in general between Nicola and Jake? Hmm. Three of Cups, three's a crowd. Guys, stop. This is ridiculous. Three's a crowd. I think that they okay. Let me get a clarifier here to see who this third party allegedly could be. Oh my God. Is it Luke? Does he feel like it's like Luke is sort of something that he worries about as well? I mean, we know Antonio worries. Let's see. What is this Three of Cups? Three's a crowd. Six of Pentacles, friendships, friends, and gifts, bringing gifts to each other. Yeah. Guys, okay. So the picture that we're getting here is that I do think that Jake feels uncomfortable when he doesn't attend events with Nicola when she is going to be around Luke. I think that both of their partners were a little bit scarred by the last run of press that they did and can't blame them. You know, they definitely are super close. And I think that any significant other may feel a little bit, you know, maybe not threatened, but maybe just wonder a little bit like, oh my gosh, you know, because they do have like kissing scenes and all this stuff. And then they just seem so close. If you didn't know them, you'd think they were actually in a relationship when you see the way that they speak to each other. So I think it's normal to have a little bit of insecurity. And I definitely think that's what's going on here. I think he feels a little bit insecure about Six of Pentacles, the person that, you know, seems to be a friend. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. And then one more, then we're going to wrap this up and move on to a different story. But let's see. Okay, Gunyar wanted to know. This is messier than Bridgerton. Bridgerton. It really is. Like, this is the real Bridgerton, you guys. This is the show. They need to make a show about this. Maybe they'll do like a documentary at some point. Behind Bridgerton. Um, okay, let's see how Jake feels about Luke. I think we already sort of got that, but let's just see. Let's just see. Aw, I love all the pup talk. You have an acre. Oh my God, Penny, what a dream. I'm sure your dog loves it so much. Definitely Luke third party for sure, Gunyar. So I think we know how he feels. But let's just see how does Luke feel? Let's see how does Luke feel towards Jake and then vice versa. How does Luke allegedly for entertainment purposes feel towards Jake? King of Cups. Oh my God. He sees him as like could be like the real one, you know, for Nicola. Guys, the King of Cups, this is like a very emotionally mature. So whereas he comes across as a page, he sees Jake as the King of Cups, the king of emotions, emotionally stable, emotionally very like loving and possibly like the one for Nicola. Oh no. Okay. Okay. And then how does allegedly for entertainment purposes Jake feel towards Luke? Knight of Wands. You guys. Okay. So he feels like Luke is like an adolescent, but also someone who, you know, may be the type to one day ride into battle to try to sweep Nicola off Her feet, I definitely think that with Jake being this King of Cups, he can tell. Like, he sees what's going on. I think he trusts Nicola because he is this emotionally mature energy. I don't think he'd be with someone that he couldn't trust. But I think that he can see what's going on with Luke, his confusion, his I mean, for Luke, we got, when it comes to Nicola, the Page of Wands, and then Jake sees him as the Knight of Wands. Like, the wands, right, Beth? It's the wands. So he knows what's going on here. Um, it's complicated. It doesn't seem like it's gotten any less complicated, but I do think that more boundaries have been drawn. And it looks like this is actually due to Antonia communicating her comfort level and Luke deciding, yeah, I'm going to stay in this relationship. So I do need to change the way that I act in the press and at events. So there you go. Okay, very interesting. We will stay tuned. We will stay tuned. I think that this will continue to unfold. And the next Bridgerton season I saw is coming out in 2026. So I'm sure there will be so much more happening as we get closer to that new season. It's going to be wild. Okay. So our next request was from Monkey Lover XJ7, Sydney Sweeney, and MGK. Okay. So I think it was around like Coachella that time. We definitely saw just some like little lighthearted videos of, I think it was at Coachella. It was at some like festival or outdoor thing where MGK and Sydney Sweeney were talking. Now, we did a reading for Sydney Sweeney before, and what we got was basically that she is not looking for a relationship. She's focused on her pentacles. We kept getting coins for her. And what's so funny is not long after we did that reading, I saw like some report come out where I think it was like Us Weekly or Page Six. It was one of those. And they basically said that like Sydney Sweeney is enjoying her time focusing on her career, whereas most people would feel overwhelmed by all of the like obligations. She actually thrives and loves it. And it made me smile because I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what we got. We spilled the tea on her. I do think that she is in love with her career right now. And she's just like living her life full out for herself. And she is at that age, especially she has no kids, she's not married. Like, I think it's great. I think she needs to find her fulfillment. She'll be a better partner someday if she does. So, MGK, um, didn't he recently go to some red carpet thing with the mother of his new baby? Um, why am I blanking on her name right now? What is wrong with me? Megan Fox. Brain cramp. I don't get them. I am so confused by them. So let's see what's going on with, I don't know, the rumors that MGK was flirting with Sydney Sweeney. Is there any truth to that? Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? I'll take a little sip here too. Gunyar, I agree. It's understandable. Oh, Babalu, that's so cute. You guys are so funny. Okay. It's okay, Penny D. They're like the stars of Bridgerton. Hi, Angie. What's up, sis? We're just happy you're here at the tea party. Oh my God, I love it. Okay. So let's see. Was MGK, you're so welcome, Jennifer. Thank you for requesting. Was MGK flirting with Sydney Sweeney? Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay, I need to get a clarifier here, but let me just say this. The High Priestess energy, from what we know about Megan Fox, every time she gives an interview, she talks about things like astrology or spirituality, or like how she and MGK are like twin flames or twin souls. Like, she goes poetic with it, right? She would be a high priestess archetype for sure. The high priestess in reverse is very interesting to get when we're asking if he was flirting with somebody else. So there is this like Megan Fox energy around him right now, allegedly. Oh my God. Okay. So let's get a clarifier of why we got the high priestess here. Why is she showing up in the reverse when we're not even asking about her right now? Oh, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. So the Ace of Cups is my cup runneth over with love and happiness. This clarifying the reverse high priestess, this is basically like I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is like talking about Megan Fox, like you couldn't be just more blatant about it. Talking about Megan Fox, the high priestess, not being around, not being in his life, things not going well with her. And the Ace of Cups in reverse, what like where he once felt like his cup runneth over with love and happiness and joy being with her, like truly like they were engaged and like all this stuff, they had a kid, like he thought this was gonna just be, like, everything, and for a while, he did feel this ultimate fulfillment, but because things are not going well with her, he feels like his cup has been completely poured out. So, to answer that question, I don't think that, like, he's really focusing on anyone, in particular. I think that maybe he was flirting with her, talking to her, but this to me is more someone who's just kind of sad and wanting to kind of talk to anybody. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if anyone came up and spoke to him, whether it's like Sydney Sweeney or his next door neighbor or whatever, I feel like he's just kind of feeling like this empty cup poured out. And so I think he just is willing to like make conversation with anybody, um, hang out with anybody. It's sort of like someone who's trying to convince themselves that everything's okay, flirting because you want to think that you can move on. But no, this is like very stuck. I mean, yeah, she's in his energy. He is not available emotionally for any other relationships, and he's extremely sad about it. So, wow. Sending him love. That is really sad. Love and healing for both of them. And hopefully they can get into a better place, especially for their baby. But that is really sad. So, oh my God. Well, that's what I have for that one. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's catch up with you guys. Oh my God, you're so welcome, Kelly. Thank you for requesting and spilling your own tea. Jake Gyllenhaal and Jean Cadillo. Past, present, future. Okay. Well, I don't know who Jean is, but why not? Let's do one. So this is just flying completely blind. So Jake Gyllenhaal, I guess, and his current girlfriend. Oh wow. So the cards just start flipping. So we're gonna take them. Past, let's do past, present, future. All right. And you might have to help me with the interpretation because I know nothing about these people. I don't know, what Gene does for a living, how they met, anything. But here is what I have. So I have in the past for Jake, I'm going to read his energy since I know who he is. In the past, he was an Eight of Swords energy. He felt like he was in a prison of his own mind. So this is stress, anxiety. This can even be like mental blocks around different things. Feeling like you don't really know like what you should be doing. Yeah, it's having a little bit of a struggle. Having being a little bit on the struggle bus. And since we're asking about a relationship, this would be maybe not knowing if you want to commit, not knowing if you want to move in with someone, just sort of feeling like every time you try to make a choice, there's another part of you that says, I don't want to do that, to the point where you feel kind of trapped. So this is a really bad energy to be in. Yeah, this has to be healed, which is interesting because we have the Four of Swords for the present moment. So he is in a process right now of healing a lot of these patterns of the past. And this is for a lot of people right now with this Scorpio full moon. So we are going to see a lot of shifts, whether it's things coming out in public courtrooms, on the world stage with celebrities like the Diddy trial, Blake Lively, and Taylor Swift, that trial. Like there's a lot that's being revealed right now. And in personal lives, there's a lot that is coming up to be healed. So I think that he is in this process of healing all of these past patterns and behaviors, and I don't really know much. Again, I don't know much about him. I know that he's like never been married. Um he's had several, I think, like relationships that have lasted a while, but I feel like there was something about relationships that he has struggled with. And Four of Swords energy, four is about stability. He is healing something about the way that he has looked at relationships for a really long time. So this is going to be his phoenix rising from the ashes moment. Could she be someone that is really long term for him if she is part of this healing? Yeah, it's very possible. And then we got the Ace of Pentacles for the future. I think he's about to do another movie. I don't know if he's in another film, but he has some success on the horizon in the next 6 months. So this is like new success. This could be like a box office hit or something really big. Maybe he's going to buy a house, but there will be something that we see him do in the next 6 months that looks like a really big win. So that's kind of That's kind of what I get for him. But that's good. I'm glad that he's healing. I'm glad that he's getting past this 8 of swords. You can feel a little bit disempowered. By a little bit, I mean a lot. You're in 8 of swords, so that's good. Okay, so that's him. Angie says Sydney is just enjoying her life. Nothing wrong with that. Agreed. Agreed. Enjoy your life until, someone comes along that adds to it. Let's see. Okay. Heat Lifer says, I heard MGK is trying to get back with Megan Fox. Oh my God, Heat Lifer. Well, those cards definitely appear that he would just jump at it in a heartbeat. He's definitely thinking about her all the time. He's feeling super heartbroken. And he knows Sweeney from something they worked on. Okay. All right. So maybe it was just like, again, that loneliness, just wanting to talk. Maybe he even like told her what he's going through if they are friends. So yeah, I get like it's not really anything. Let's see. Lawyer Mook says, I heard you earlier. What? Talking about the dogs? Oopsies. Oh my God. To me, there's no comparison to Sydney and Megan Fox. They are very different, Penny. I agree. They are. They're very, very different. I feel like, yeah, if one of them's your type, maybe the other one isn't. MGK is a Gemini ascendant. Very flighty, folks. Right? People who have a lot of Gemini placements sometimes can end up being heartbreakers because Geminis are so gregarious. They can talk to anyone, and people can feel like they are, being flirted with, or like, oh my gosh, this Gemini loves me, when really the Gemini is just kind of like friendly like that with everybody. So that's funny. I do agree. Oh my God, Beth, you're so right, though. We all know you love every one of your fur babies. So what's one more? You have a huge heart, Beth. Oh my God. Oh, hilarious. Sorry, Michael. The tea timers. Oh, they're gonna be on my side to get more dogs, I guess. Jake Gyllenhaal and Gene, could you past, present, future, please? Okay. Did you see that I did that reading? That's what we got for him. Okay. So next up, you guys. Oh, guys, I'm already exhausted by this, and we haven't even started. Have you heard about this? Is just crazy. The People magazine report that came out today claiming allegedly, and I don't even know if I believe this yet because Michael and I were talking about it, and he's very suspicious of everything that's happening right now, as am I. It's so strange, but People magazine reported that Blake Lively tried to blackmail Taylor Swift, and then they released another article an hour later saying that um Blake Lively's lawyer then made a rebuttal in a People magazine, article 1 hour later, claiming that that did not happen. So why are these lawyers like, someone's lying? Like, what is happening? So I asked Michael, I'm like, why? How could someone even do that? Because they're like filing things in court, and it was Justin Baldoni's team allegedly that filed this in court, saying that Blake had tried to blackmail Taylor Swift. Okay, well, like, how did he know that, number 1? And I was asking Michael, I was like, if someone does that and it's not true, then can't they get in trouble for, like, defamation or whatever? But apparently, it could be the case that they are doing this in the court system so that Justin Baldoni is able to make her look bad in, like, the court of public opinion without getting in trouble, because if it is within the realm of a court case and he can't prove it, then, you couldn't prove it in your court case, and it's just like it's dropped, like it just goes away. But he couldn't like say this in an article because then it would be, slander or something. But if you file it in court, it's like a weird loophole. So I thought that was an interesting perspective that Michael had. Obviously, we don't know. This whole thing just gets weirder and weirder. And it's also so confusing to think about whose lawyer is doing what. I mean, I even get like tongue tied and brain tied when I try to like figure it out. So we're going to pull a couple cards just to see if, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, we can see if there's any truth to this. Like, did Blake Lively actually blackmail Taylor Swift? And the claim is that she said, "You like, yeah, I need you to go in public and defend me." I need you to like make a public statement, defend me, be on my side, all that stuff. And if you don't, I'm going to release personal text messages. Now, if Blake Lively did say that to Taylor Swift, that is insane. So, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, did Blake Lively do anything of the sort? Did she blackmail Taylor Swift in some type of way? Like, what? Oh my God. Okay, what are you guys saying? I mean, it's crazy, right? Oh my God, I heard that too. TMZ reported that she strong armed Taylor, right? Taylor's lawyer was working with Justin. Graypaw says, now, if that is true, that would be very, very telling. It says a reliable source, Graypaw says, yeah. And People Magazine, they are one of the publications that does work with a lot of celebrities, publicists, and lawyers. And, you know, there are certain things that tabloids can say and they can like get away with things. But People Magazine is considered more of like a mouthpiece for celebrities. So I would be very surprised if they reported something that was completely false. I mean, I would be so surprised. So I'm confused. I just can't believe this is even like, what is going on, you guys? And I did talk about it in the podcast episode that came out on, was it Monday or Tuesday? I talked about Taylor Swift's birth chart and how she was really angry. And that was before, obviously, this information came out because the Scorpio full moon really activates Taylor's chart. She has her Mars in Scorpio, natal Pluto in Scorpio. And if you are of the camp that believes she's a Scorpio rising, as I do, then this is all being activated, like her personality, her sense of self, like she's being pushed and you've awakened the Mars energy. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, I'm like, why would you do that, Blake Lively? Okay. But allegedly for entertainment purposes only, was there any blackmail going on? Let's just see what we can get. Hmm. The King of Cups. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more clarifiers before I try to decipher this. So we have the King of Cups. So this is a loving man, a man who is, I feel like this is Travis Kelce, but I believe I did get him. I got the King of Cups for him, I think, in the podcast episode when I did a reading. Okay. What else? But did Blake Lively allegedly blackmail Taylor Swift? The Page of Cups, immature emotions. Okay. All these came out. Let's just take them. Let's just be crazy and take them. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is that adolescent energy. This is, I want to get what I want. Now, one thing we know about adolescents or teenagers is that they can be impulsive and sometimes they do things that don't quite make sense. You know, their brains aren't fully developed yet. And so they might make decisions that aren't fully thought out. They're like full of hormones and stuff. So they'll like, you know, get angry or do things that just are not like level headed, right? So I get that this is basically talking about passionate, angry decisions being made, things happening quickly that are not level headed. Now, this would be in alignment with something like a threat or blackmail, allegedly. Like this would be someone being so angry that they may say, okay, well, if you don't, like, I thought we were friends. And if you're not going to be by my side, then you know what? I'm just going to tell the world XYZ. Like, I don't have to keep your secrets then. Like, it's something like that, like very ugly, like really just not well thought out, just kind of crazy type of communication. Like, are you okay? And then we have this Seven of Wands. So this is one person needing to fight off everybody. I think this is Taylor's energy. She definitely feels like she has to fight everybody off. I do think this King of Cups is Travis. I think he's standing firm by her side. I do think that's why he unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. Maybe that happened when the alleged blackmail occurred. Like, I don't know, because something was going on behind the scenes that was intense enough to where that was like, you know, the line was crossed and Travis was just like, I'm going to unfollow them. So I feel like, yeah, Travis has been instrumental in being there for her, being emotionally stable, emotionally strong. She has a lot of support, but she does feel Seven of Wands like this is a familiar storyline for Taylor. definitely, if you haven't watched the podcast episode yet, check it out because I go into this karmic lesson that Taylor always seems to kind of get caught up with friends. Um, and then we have the Sun card, which is emotional happiness, fulfillment, Leo energy as well. We know Blake Lively is a Leo rising. And then the Ace of Wands, another wand, passion, anger. Um, I want what I want, and I want to get what I want basically at any cost. So, and then the Page of Cups is immature emotions. Yeah, guys, I think this is a yes. And this is so crazy. I can't even believe I'm saying it. But according to these cards, allegedly, I think that did occur. And that is just, oh, that is so shocking. Like, that's shocking. I can't even believe that. More is going to come out too over the next 2 weeks. I mean, we are still getting more reveals from this Scorpio full moon, and with it activating so much of Taylor's chart, we haven't even seen the half of it. So I think more things are just going to keep on being exposed over the next couple weeks. And hold on to your hat because this is some craziness. This is some craziness. Okay, what are you guys thinking? Penny says, "Yep, I could see that happening." Oh my God, Penny, it's shocking though, isn't it? Something is definitely going on then, Gunyar says, "Yep." Okay, Gray Paw says, "Popcorn Planet shows the court document everyone else filed today." What? Oh my God. Okay, I'll have to check out Popcorn Planet's video. They do good coverage of like legal drama, legal cases. Let's see, when is this going to end? When the North Node enters Aquarius? LOL. I guess, Gigi. I don't know. Maybe. It'll just be a new storyline then. Um, that Taylor and Blake thing sounded so sus. Let's see. I agree. It is very sus. I think this is just it's such a strange situation just all around. A lot of dramatization, a lot of levers being pulled behind the scenes. It's just so hard to know what's true and what's not. Heat Lifer says, "I think there has to be some kind of truth that makes sense that Travis unfollowed them on social media." I agree. I agree, Heat Lifer. And I do think that's why he came out in the reading like right away. The King of Cups. It's also because Travis is very emotional and very genuine with his emotions. You know, we've seen him throughout the years, like very close with his brother and his sister-in-law, and like on the podcast that he's on. Like, we see a lot of his raw emotions and his genuine reactions. And he's definitely someone who, he's more what you see is what you get than a lot of people, especially when it comes to like Hollywood and celebrities' life. And so I do think that he did that for a reason. I just don't think that he's the type to play games. So it does mean something. I agree. And I think that was our confirmation. So we will see what continues to unfold there. Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay. So also, another thing that I saw in a blind item is that Camila Cabello allegedly, according to Blinded by the Item, I think, yeah, they're a podcast and I watch them on YouTube, but they do some good blind items. And they actually said that Camila Cabello allegedly may be in her relationship for other reasons besides love. And I thought that was so interesting because when I did a reading for her previously, I did not get that she was like in love with this guy. Like something Calhoub or something, like, just I didn't get that she was really in love with him. So they were also talking about on this, this blind item that she is having a real change in her career, which we got that last time in the reading, that she's changing her career and she's finding that when she is not in this PR relationship that she used to be in with Shawn Mendes, which, yes, I think it had good PR, but we also think that they were actually like, something real. Um, but that she has been experiencing a lot of disappointment in her career, not reaching the same levels of fame and success. And that's why she did away with her team, which that was what we got in the reading. So let's check in on her now and see how she's feeling like after firing her team and what her thoughts are on this guy that she's with. Because yeah, I was just like, that's what it seems like to me too. Like, she's just not, I don't know, not super like, it just doesn't seem like the one. Okay, so let's see. Blake is getting desperate, Penny says. Oh, for sure. For sure, Penny. And desperate people, I mean, I think Blake Lively, being an actress, being a Leo rising, being a Virgo, having a lot of her identity caught up in her work. And also just kind of what we've seen about Blake is that she doesn't seem to get along really well with a lot of her co-stars. I don't get this vibe from her that she's genuinely happy just in her day-to-day life. I feel like she really craves power and fame, and it's like a part of her identity, And when that is slipping away from you, I mean, that's when you can see like people's worst side come out. And if she is like a narcissist, her mask could be really slipping right now. So, that's another possibility with the blackmail thing. But okay. Sage says, got to get up early in the morning. So I'm headed out for the night. Looking forward to seeing all the tea that gets spilled tonight. LOL. Good night, Tea Tribe. Good night, Sage Moon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Sweet dreams. Get some good sleep. Sage says, I absolutely believe it happened. Justin's lawyer. Oh, I don't think Justin's lawyer would put his career at risk. Right, Sage. Totally. Because then Michael and I talked about that. And he was like, yeah, you can get disbarred for like filing things that have no truth. I know, guys, it's crazy. Although I believe he included in the letter that there was a source they believed to be credible. Sage, you got us thinking. Good night, Sage. Sweet dreams. Thanks for hanging out. Aw, sending you love and light and great rest for the rest of your week. That's so sweet. Okay, so let's see. Camila Cabello update. Let's see. Just what's coming through for her. Just a general update. The Emperor, not the guy that she's dating, being the Emperor. Yeah. I mean, we know he has a lot of money. We know that his family has a lot of money. It's giving royalty feelings, royalty vibes. He's like a billionaire. So, okay, that's him and in her energy coming through. What about her career? Ever since she let go of her team and she's like fully, restructuring, how is she feeling now? Like that the dust has settled. Tracy says, I don't know if Camila has full fired her team, just her manager at this stage. Interesting, Tracy. I thought it was like her lawyer, her manager, but maybe they're the same thing, right? Okay. Well, significant person. Okay. Just went flying. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Now, this 10 of Pentacles, is this Camila or is this the guy that she's with? Oh, let's see. Okay. Let's see. The moon. All right. So this is things that are hidden. This is emotions. Again, we're still in that full moon energy. So, yeah, she is undergoing a deep, profound emotional transformation at this time. I do think that she is learning some lessons around money and resources, the way that she uses them, her sense of security, her sense of self. Yep. It's like that full, the full from the ground up transformation that we're seeing. And the Emperor being the guy that she's with, let's see what her feelings are towards him now. And if there was any truth to that blind item that she was with him for other reasons, whatever that could be. X says, please do an MGK and Megan Fox new reading. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Tracy says the lawyer is her manager, but maybe more has gone. Also, like her PR agency. Okay, Tracy, interesting. We'll have to look into that and see. How does she feel towards this Emperor? 9 of Wands. Okay, so she's reevaluating him too. You know, sometimes when you go through a big change in one part of your life, especially when you are, I don't know, especially when you're like have a lot of Pisces energy, I feel like Pisces can go through like big transformative shifts. And when that happens, sometimes they like start completely over, similar to Scorpios. It's like you really do burn it all to the ground and start again. 9 of Wands, she is thinking about closing out a cycle when it comes to the Emperor. So I think that she is deciding right now whether or not she wants to break up with him. She's like in this mode where she's really finding herself, you guys. Yeah. You know what? Good for her. I hope she chooses whatever feels right and just listens to herself, because I think that that's exactly what she needs to find that fulfillment. The rest will follow. The money will follow. Things will make more sense for her. But yeah, she's just really like even questioning her relationship at this point. So yeah, sending her love, sending her love. Okay. Penny says, yes, we can burn it to the ground and start over. There we go. Confirmation from our friendly Pisces. Yeah, Penny. And sometimes I feel like for Pisces people, especially, or Scorpios, there is this cleansing effect. Like you actually feel so much better. It's like you got to rip off the band aid and just make a big change. And it takes you to that next level of your development. But everybody, people, the zodiac signs do it differently. Aw, Sage Moon, you're so sweet. Thank you. Aw, Sage, you're the best. Okay, Megan Fox and MGK new reading. All right, guys. Oof, we got to buckle up for this one because this is such a complicated duo. First, let's see how Megan Fox is doing. Now, yes, she gave birth to her baby that she's had with the MGK, and it's so sad because, of course, they're not together right now. And even Brian Austin Green, her ex, has commented in the press on MGK. I find him very sus. Something about his energy, something about, the way that he allegedly groomed her when she was so much younger. I feel like he is the kind of person who wants to look like he's in the right. To me, it seemed like a very just kind of it was like a press opportunity, a PR thing. Like he may have called some paparazzi to come up and ask him about what he thinks about MGK and Megan Fox being broken up. And he acted like very concerned and he was like, how old is he? Like, like I don't know. Brian Austin Green or whatever. I feel like he's just very, very sus. He gives bad vibes. But Megan Fox being in the middle of all of this, I wonder how she is handling things. So let's just see how she's feeling, how she's doing. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. X says yes, yes. Yes, and yes. Okay, how does she feel right now? Four of Pentacles, yeah. So this is disappointment. Makes sense, just sad. She's kind of like sitting on that suitcase. She's got Four of Pentacles at her feet. So she has everything she needs. She feels like she has stability, but it's like stability that's built on her own. Like this is like very lonely. You're there, you've got what you need under your feet. You're sitting on your suitcase. You're not quite sure where to go next. So you just kind of take a little second to think. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely feeling sad but stable. Which is good because she's a new mom and she also has children from her previous marriage to Brian Austin Green. So, she's a very strong person. She's a Capricorn rising. People with Capricorn rising, they really do rise to the occasion when when the going gets tough. Like you cannot keep a Capricorn rising down, or sun or moon for that matter. They are the goat. They will keep climbing that mountain until they get to the top. And so, you'll see them go through disappointment, and whereas you may expect them to just be like laying in the bed crying, or just not being able to get through it, they keep going, and they really are an example of how you do that. So she is continuing on, trudging forward. That's kind of the feeling I have. um let's see how Brian Austin Green feels about all this, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, because he has weighed in on the situation. I do find him sus. Aw, X says, I bet she always wanted a girl. I'm sure. I'm sure. And that's so beautiful. So I'm sure that's also helping with her stability. She does have a lot to enjoy. And having a baby girl, I'm sure, is just so exciting and amazing. And I'm sure that helps with her being distracted. Okay. Oh, this one jumped. So we're going to take it. Brian Austin Green, the King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles energy, it makes me feel like he's the type of person that does enjoy sitting on a throne, kind of like looking over his subjects, weighing in with his judgments. It's a little smug. It feels smug to me. This is exactly kind of how I perceived the way that he spoke to the press about MGK and Megan Fox. I definitely feel like he is feeling on top of the world right now. He's like, okay, yeah, like she left me to be with this guy. And now I'm remarried and my life's working out well. And it's just sort of like looking down on the situation. And he has his pentacle in his hands. She has the four of pentacles at her feet. Four also can symbolize family stability because four is associated with our home and family. Yeah, it's not nice. It's very smug. It's like my life's working out, yours isn't. So I don't think he says that, but I feel like that's sort of his vibe, right? Okay. What about MGK? How is he feeling towards Megan Fox at the moment? And let's also do past, present, future to see if this could change. Like, could they end up getting back together? I don't know. Bag can't stand her moving on, I bet. Oh, for sure. By the way, love that you called him Bag. Austin Green Bag. Oh my God. He is smug. He really is. He really is. He's got the worst vibes. Yeah, he's smug for right now, but the tables, they be turning, right? That's the one thing about those tables. Heat Lifer says, I know, Penny, it's crazy, the playoffs. Oh my God. Yes. Love that y'all can spill the sports tea too. Aw, you're the best, X. You're the best. Okay, so let's see. How does MGK feel allegedly towards Megan Fox? How does he feel? Judgment. He feels like she holds the key. Like she is his judge and jury. I do think that he feels guilty about something that he has done. And allegedly, the reason that they broke up, which we'll do past, present, future and see if we can get more about what happened, the breakdown of the relationship. But allegedly, he was talking to other girls, talking to other women. There were messages with other women and possibly more. Yeah, judgment though. I think he feels guilty. I think that he knows what he did. And I think that he's sort of like, you get to judge. Like you get to be the one to decide if you're going to spend time with me. So he is very contrite, which I guess that's the least you can do. If you're going to make mistakes like that, the least you can do is own up to them. That doesn't mean that he's like, I don't know. That doesn't mean that he treated her right though, because he totally didn't. And he knows he didn't. I think he also is judging himself a lot right now. This is like very sad. I mean, this is why you don't do that stuff. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Judgment. Also, he wasn't using his better judgment. His judgment was clouded. Okay, let's do past, present, future on these two. Let's see. Beth says, I heard that line in Elf. You sit on a throne of lies. Smug butthole. I love it, Beth. To the cheese bath with him. Oh my God. X says, I appreciate how in depth you're going on this. And I just appreciate you in general. Oh my God, you're so sweet, X. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this reading. You just like made my day. Thank you. That is like so kind. I really appreciate that. I love doing this. And it's so fun to do this with you guys. Okay. I don't think MGK is someone she should have ever given her heart to. Ooh, Scott. Hey, Scott. How's it going? And I have to agree. I have to agree with you, Scott. Okay. Past, present, future for these two. Past, present, future. So in the past, let's do past 6 months. In the past 6 months, what was the energy between Megan Fox and MGK allegedly? Three of Wands, yeah. They were planning their future. They were thinking about the future. They were excited. Um, this is so sad because this is like you got your binoculars on. Three energy is emotions, it's creativity, it's also like happiness and excitement. So yeah, they were just looking to new horizons. This is so fun. This is so beautiful. This is feeling like the best times are ahead of you. So this is where they were. Oh gosh, why do you have to mess it up, MGK? Okay, that was the past. What about the present? Are they doing now, or what is the energy between them now? What is the energy between them? Hmm. The Emperor, not the Emperor again. It's cold. There's a little bit of a freeze between them. Mm, let's get a clarifier on the Emperor, because Emperor energy is about like boundaries, and emperors are very sorry if you can hear that car, whatever car's like zipping around out there. Um, it's so loud. But the Emperor is like, it's not about the heart really. It's about what you have and like your boundaries and control and like who's doing what now and like where it's very like tense. It feels very tense. What's interesting also is that in the tarot, red represents anger, and it can represent like stubbornness and also passion. But what we have here when we pulled cards on, her past significant other and her, I guess also now other past significant other, they both are wearing the red cloaks, which is interesting. I feel like MGK is the continuation of this karmic lesson of her learning to find her own power, because that's what that like red cloak is. It's like feeling powerful and maybe even like a little bit angry or fired up, but feeling like you have power, like you can tell people like what your boundaries are, and like you're on a throne, whether you're the emperor or the king of pentacles. So I think she's like continuing to learn some of the same lessons, which sucks, but they say you keep repeating things until you learn them. So I think she's really learning them like for real with MGK. I don't think she will ever um you know make the same sort of mistakes, if you will. Again, I just think it's a life lesson learned at this point, but I do think it was a lot harder with MGK than it was with Brian Austin Green, because I think even in the beginning, I think she sort of knew who she was getting involved with. But with MGK, I think she felt that he was a totally different way, which is why she was in this 3 of Wands energy. Like, she really felt like they could make it work, like, there was all that love and passion and, like, it was just it felt different, but then what's sad is that it wasn't different. It wasn't. It's still some of the same patterns. So that is rough. But yeah, Emperor energy, there's a little bit of a power struggle between them, to be honest. And then in the future, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. X says, who cheats on Megan Fox? I know. Cheating is never okay, but still, right. I know. I agree with you, X. Like, what are you doing? Cheating is never okay. Like, just break up with somebody. Like, what is the betrayal is like so unnecessary. Okay. In the future, between them, what is the future going to hold next 6 months? 7 of Wands. More of this, you guys. More battling. Yeah, I don't see them getting back together, which I think is for the best for both of them. Um, 7 of Wands, there's just this energy of a battle. Is this let's see who this is, though, 'cause this is really one person having to do the battling. Is this Megan Fox or MGK? Who's the one doing the battling? 3 of Pentacles. 3 is a crowd, also work and creativity. Wheel of Fortune, what goes up must come down. Hmm. I do see just a time that feels a little bit more complicated emotionally for them in the future. I don't think that things are going to smooth out. Um, but 3 of Pentacles, both of them can find joy and distraction in their creative pursuits. Working with friends, keeping their mind off things is going to be important for them. And the Wheel of Fortune, what goes up must come down. Things will continue to change and shift for both of them. They are ending karmic cycles, they're beginning new cycles. So, yeah, we will see, but I don't think that they're gonna do the same thing that they've done before, where they, like, get back together and then break up, like, something has ended. Um, but yeah, they're still kinda working through it, and it's a little bit ugly. So, okay, sending them love and healing, and hopefully they make it through that, but wow, what a complicated situation and complicated relationship. Oh my god. Dang, dang. Right, X, agreed. The trauma it causes, it does. It, like you can create, like, lifelong trust issues for somebody. Um, I don't understand, yeah, why a person doesn't just break up instead of being dirty. Exactly. Don't do it. Okay. Update on Sean and Camila, please. Some readings say they may reconcile or collab soon, Daylight says. Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, even if it was just for like a collab or PR or something, because both of them definitely. give each other a boost. Like when they're together, when they're spotted together, everybody wants to listen to their music. They're very creative with one another. So, yeah, let's pull a card and see. Could there be any sort of collab of any kind in the future for Camila and Sean, allegedly for entertainment purposes only? Scott says, I've never been a fan of MGK. Me either. Me either. And Scott, when he started like being seen like out at clubs and like breaking glass bottles and stuff, like he just also seems kind of like dangerous and unhinged. And there have been some problematic interviews that I've seen him give. I don't know. I also feel like he had a really bad childhood, which is no excuse, but yeah, he just seems sort of like lost and sad. And I just hope that he like grows into himself as an adult and doesn't keep like repeating these patterns. Because now he's sort of just like hurting himself, which is really sad. Yeah, it's like tragic. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm sad. Let's see about Camila and Sean. Could they collab in the future? This is the last one too, so that we can get to bed. It's time to go to sleep. Okay, let's see. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, Sean and Camila. Could they collab in the future? The strength card, Leo energy. This is Sean because he's a Leo. Strength card. This is so funny, you guys. I think Sean definitely wants to. But also think about it. Sean does seem like the one who's a little bit more like he sort of, I feel like he chose to like end the relationship. I think the initial breakup was harder on Camila. He's talked about how he's still finding himself sexually. So I feel like he's not quite as attached in the way that Camila is. It was just like a different experience for him. I feel like he definitely loves her, but it was just different. So I think he's open to collabing for sure. Because to him, it's something that he can do and like be around her, but then also like leave the next day. And he like doesn't feel this like, I don't know, this sadness that I feel like she has been through. I think Sean did go through it at one point, but now I think he's totally fine, honestly. So strength card. Yeah, Sean wants to. Sean would love to collab. What about Camila? How does she feel about collabing allegedly? The 7 of Cups. See, you guys, look at this. The worried face, the worried expression, thinking about all the possibilities in the cups. I mean, this is about decisions in the cups. There's a snake, a heart, a diamond, a castle, a crown, a sad face. Yeah, she's like, she doesn't know. She's like, I don't know about all that. Because I think on one hand, career wise, like it could be a quick way to, get a hit song. But then when it comes to her emotional life, cups, feelings, emotions, she feels like it would be setting her back. And I agree with that. Wow. So he wants to collab. She feels it would be an emotional setback. So she is on the fence. She's definitely put a pin in it. Let's see if we can get anything else. Camila needs to move on, Scott says, right? Definitely cold turkey needs to move on. I don't think that she should do that. I'm still waiting for Sean and BB. LOL. Wait, BB? Who? Who's BB? Penny? Oh, Bad Bunny. Oh my God, yes. Seriously. That now that could happen. Um, X says MGK and P. Davidson should date. Both manic peeps. No hate on anyone with mental health issues, by the way. Oh my God. I mean, oh, they're like best friends, though. I do think they can relate to each other a lot, you know? Oh my God, y'all are so funny. Bad Bunny, yes. Anything else about this? 7 of Wands. Guys, I'm telling you, the Scorpio full moon is just, I'm blaming the full moon still, us being in that energy a little bit. 7 of Wands. This is the battle, the fight. In the future, could they? It's unlikely. It's unlikely at this point because there is just this energy around all of the people that we're doing readings on of this 7 of Wands, like fighting for yourself. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, even if they did try to collab, I feel like it would probably end in some sort of argument. Like there's too much water under the bridge. So hopefully they do move on and, continue to support each other from afar. because I think that that would be the best. The potential, right? The clown energy is so much. Oh my god. Yeah. So you guys, that is all the tea I have for you right now. The tea was a little bit heavy this week, but it's going to shift again. Like I said, next week, the astrology is going to fully lighten up this Gemini new moon. Beth, especially for you with all your Gemini placements. It is going to be this really positive, fresh burst of energy. So I am excited about that. I know we're going to get some like new pop culture stories that are more fun and exciting. All of the stories that I was finding today and yesterday were just like Diddy trial, this other trial, Menendez brothers resentencing. Like it's just the energy is heavy. So let's take a nice deep breath and just shake it off. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Yeah, take care of yourselves and try to have some fun. Hug your pups. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight, you guys. I love you so, so much. And I am sending you the biggest, biggest hug from our house. Heat Lifer, good night, family. Sending all of you lots of love and light right back at you, Heat Lifer. Have a great rest of your week. Yes, see you guys soon. Love y'all. Oh, wonderful woman. X, you're so sweet. Thank you. Good night, Penny. Good night, Beth. Good night, Gunyard. Good night, X. Good night, everybody else that's still in here. Love y'all. Good night, Scott. Sweet dreams, guys. Bye.